Chill, relaxed conversation. Don't let the jacket intimidate.
You're looking snazzy.
Thank you. Got it. So let's see. Yeah, we're live. So the reason I dress up again is I spent 15 years selling insurance. That's no reason to leave. Yeah, but and then when I opened the gym, it was t-shirts and golf shirts and shorts for 12, 13 years, however long we've been going.
Outstanding.
And I lost my dad in January last year. It was my best friend.
I lost my dad as well last year in May.
So yeah,
He was my idol.
Yeah, absolutely. He was on his tombstone. It says he taught us you didn't have to be rich to enrich the lives of others.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And that was him.
My father and I were the first father-son team in any sport in the entire world to compete on the world stage together. And we both won the bronze medal.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
And Great Britain.
Okay, sure. So very, very special.
Yes.
So for me, I started to put my suits back on, just as a way of helping myself each morning, trying to bring a little bit of a smile, and it's just something that I've carried on to honor him.
Well, you do have an infectious smile.
Yeah,
so that's good.
You're very kind.
Nice.
Thank you. Mike, so USA Master 2 120.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You've been doing this for a while.
I've been doing it for 37 years.
Yep.
I'm a retired law enforcement officer that has served our county for 35 years. In the sport of powerlifting, I've competed all over the world. I've been blessed by God to be able to compete in 14 world championships. I medaled in 11 of them. I won 6 of them. 3 silver medals and also 2 bronze medals. So I feel very blessed. As far as exercising, it was something my coach taught me and my father. And through weightlifting, powerlifting, I teach others.
Yes.
I help a tremendous amount of people at our gym. And I do that because when I help someone, it has one caveat.
Yes.
They always offer me money. I tell them no. All I ask is that you pass on the information to somebody else and you help somebody else, because that keeps my coach and my dad alive.
Okay, 100%.
Yes.
It's about legacy and sharing.
Yes.
I see coming from a bit of a martial arts background as well. I see that community. So many people want to keep everything close to their chest because there's a fear of people doing better than me and then me either losing the business or is that your oldest lifter, by the way?
Yes.
It was a Master 11, I think.
Yes, he is.
Sorry, that's terrible. He looks like with the other gentleman with the silver hair.
Yes.
With the great hair. They look like a boy band from the 60s.
Yes. That's what he looks like. He's a great guy, though.
Yeah, they're fantastic guys. So the community, and we can chat about that, like the knowledge that's shared, the assistance that's given. What does the community mean to you, and sort of what have you learned about it?
I love the camaraderie. Everybody, when they step on the platform, wants to win.
Yes.
But off the platform, everybody's friends, and they like to see everybody succeed.
Yep.
There's been competitions where people have ripped their equipment, and I've given them my backup equipment, and I'm competing against them. Because if I win or lose, I want it to be our best efforts.
Yes.
And if your equipment's not working right for you, I lend you mine. I feel like, either you've beat me or I beat you fair and square.
Absolutely.
That's what I want. Powerlifting is an individual sport that is team-oriented. If you don't have a team, it's very difficult to be successful.
Yes.
So, because everybody helps everybody. And if you come to a competition, you'll clearly see how everybody helps everybody. When you're at a world championship, the first half of being here is everybody greeting you that you haven't seen since the last year. And it's very, very humbling. For me, to come to a world championship and have people remember who I was and talk to me is kind of awe-striking. I mean, in 2019, I was inducted into the United States Powerlifting Hall of Fame.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
I was shocked when they flew in to tell me. I immediately rattled off 10 names of people that I thought were better. And they said, well, that's part of the reason why. I said, because I've always felt I was never good enough to be at that level because I idolize these people. So it still is weird for me to even be there.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic, and congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. We were chatting a little bit earlier about adversity, and you shared a personal story, which was very personal. If we could talk about that,
Yes.
It's incredibly powerful. And
in 2016, after the World Championship, where at 52 years old, I benched the most I've ever benched in my life, 628 pounds. Then I went to start training for nationals, and my wife and I love motorcycles, and so do our
What do you
girls.
ride?
I ride a 2013 Electric Glide Classic Harley Davidson. My wife drives a 2003 Anniversary Edition Sportster.
Okay.
So we love to ride, and so did our girls. On one fateful day, August 26th of 16, we were going to dinner on back roads, and we were going through an intersection, and a lady, I had my oldest daughter on the back of my bike, and my wife had her youngest daughter on the back of her bike, and a lady ran us all four over. Unfortunately, you haven't lived to get all four tires coming over you.
Sure.
I almost died at the scene, and I almost died in the hospital of blood clots. My injuries were extremely horrific. I tore the tendon off my left tricep. I tore a hole in each shoulder labrum. I separated my right AC joint. I broke my collarbone. I had severe herniations on my neck and my back, severe concussion. I collapsed my right lung, shattered all my ribs, and had a compound fracture to my femur. Once I finally started to get better and realized I wasn't going to die, I resolved myself to the fact that I probably would never work out again, as I was confined to a wheelchair and to a hospital bed for 4 months.
Sure.
Luckily for me, the U.S. coach at that time called me up and told me he gave me a special nomination to the 2017 World Championship. And I said, Coach, you do know what happened to me, right? He goes, yeah, but I need you. You're a multi-world champion. I need you on the team. You need to guide the team. I said, Coach, I almost died twice. I don't know if I'll ever work out again. He's like, I need you to. I said, well, I can't do anything until I talk to my doctors. So I talked to my doctors, and they said, listen, you know your body better than anybody else. Try it. So I started training a little bit. At first, I was in a wheelchair, sliding off onto equipment to try to do stuff. And I kept pushing. And March 15th of 17, I had notified the coach that I can't do it. His response to me was, I know. But if I didn't push you to get back on the bench, you may never have worked out again. Super smart man. I'm grateful for him.
Sure. Yeah.
We then
if ever there's a story that epitomizes what a coach is, that's what it is.
Yes. It was amazing that he knew that he had to do that to me to get me motivated.
Yeah.
And then I figured out, wow, I can still work out. Might not be, very heavy, but I can work out.
Yes.
And that was a start, because I looked at myself one day when I was trying to do a leg extension with my shattered leg. I couldn't do 20 pounds. I started to cry at the gym. My wife came up to me and consoled me because she knew how much it hurt me. I took that as motivation, and I made that decision right then and there. I'm not going to give up. I am not going to let this consume me. I'm going to consume it. And I started fighting. And by God's graces, in 2019 was my first world championship back in Japan. And I won the bronze medal. I did not know I won the bronze medal till the coach told me.
Again, a wonderful thing coaches do. Yep.
And then I cried so hard on the podium, because all the gold medals I've won before didn't matter. That bronze medal proved to me that I can come back from adversity, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just have to want it bad enough.
Yeah.
And so it meant the world to me. To me, I won. I was there.
I think to everyone you won.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now my tendon in my tricep is still severed. I still have the labrum problems, but I fight through it. And unfortunately, today I didn't have the success I wanted to have because every time I pushed out to lockout, my left elbow dipped down after getting to lockout, which is not right. And I'm going to continue to fight to fix that. But by the time I realized, it was almost 5 months before I realized that my tricep was torn in half, because I'm not in the mirror flexing.
Yeah,
and I happen to do that at the gym. I flex my right arm. I'm like, wow, it's not bad. I flex my left one. I'm like, oh my God, where's my tricep? Because the back head of the tricep was gone.
Gone.
And you just can never give up. If you love something, don't give up. Fight. Nobody will ever fault you for fighting.
Yeah.
It's when you give up. You have to push and push and push, because God will only give you what you give him. You can't put in 10% and expect a 50% return.
Absolutely.
You must give 110% and be honest with yourself. So unfortunately today I did not get a lift in, but I'll be back. I'm not giving up.
That's for me, I got to meet you and I got to sit down and talk with you. So for me, that's the gold.
Well, thank you very much. I don't look at myself as anything special. I look at me as just a guy who works out and is able to compete. I don't look at myself as anything special. Although being inducted into the
Hall of Fame,
was crazy. And then I had my county did a proclamation, and they put signage coming into our county that says, "Welcome to Pasco County, home of IPF bench press world champion Mike Ferrantelli."
That is phenomenal.
That was another thing that made me cry. Yes, I'm an emotional type of guy.
You're Italian.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I love life. I love my family. I love the sport of powerlifting. Whether you win or lose, you're
absolutely.
a winner.
And one of the biggest wins for us is this community. I mean, I saw what you did with your coach, with Steve, the team when he was out there fighting, and what I could see in your face what every single one of his attempts meant to you. You know, and you were feeling what he was feeling.
Yes, it's great, the relationship I have with Steve. I enjoy the fact that he coaches me, I get to coach him, and we feed off each other. And throughout the entire year, we're talking strategies and working out and different exercises and everything. And Steve is a great man, wealth of knowledge, super smart in the sport. And man, he
is the Energizer Bunny.
He most certainly is. He knows how to run numbers.
Yep.
He doesn't miss a beat. He is fantastic. And for him to be the U.S. coach and compete not only in classic, but in equipped, and still do well, he's amazing.
Absolutely.
I don't think that I could do what he does. And he's on task with everything.
That's
very lucky.
Yeah, eyes in everything. It's the most wonderful thing to see.
Yeah.
So for you, why should someone get into this sport?
For me, working out with weights changed the way that I thought about myself. When I was a kid, I was very, very, very small, and I used to get beat up. On top of that, no girl wanted to go out with me, and I had low self-esteem. And my dad finally convinced me, because my dad was a national ranked bodybuilder at the time, and kept telling me, if you weightlift, it will open doors. And oh my God, did it open doors. Not only was I on the obesity task force for the state of Florida, I was appointed by the governor. I was one of 2 people that were non-doctors on the board for the state of Florida. They picked me because of my weightlifting. It opened doors at the sheriff's office. I didn't know what powerlifting was early on. My dad had me bodybuilding. But one day the sheriff called me into his office, and I thought, oh my God, I'm 19 years old. What did I do to get fired? And
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, because I'm 19 years old, and you know what 19-year-old people do.
Yeah.
So I turned around. Sheriff calls me in, and I'm scared. I'm thinking I'm getting fired. And he goes, I understand you work out. I kind of was shocked. I'm like, yes, sir. And he goes, we're very big in the Police Olympics here in the state of Florida. I said, okay, sir. He goes, I want you to compete for us. I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
He goes, we want you to compete in the sport of powerlifting. I'm like, absolutely, sir.
Yeah.
I said, just let me know what I have to do. And I walked out of his office wondering what powerlifting was. I had no clue. So I go to the gym, and I'm 19 years old. So I know everything about working out. Just ask me.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And I see this guy doing this really dumb lift. And I was angry because my bodybuilding contest that I was getting ready for that night got canceled.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks out.
Right.
So I was obviously not in a good mood. And I saw this guy doing this lift, and I said, what the heck are you doing? And I didn't have enough respect for this guy to even stop walking. And clearly he was older than me, and he goes, well, sir, it's called a deadlift. I'm like, and I was still walking, and I'm like, yeah, and what the heck is that? He goes, it's one of the disciplines in the sport of powerlifting. Well, I almost broke my neck turning around to talk to this guy.
Yep.
I insulted him so bad.
Yeah.
It was his very first day in the gym. He just moved from Wisconsin. His name was Kent Harriman.
Right.
And he was a world-class powerlifter.
Right.
And I just insulted the guy.
You got to give Ted a shout out. So yeah.
So he turned around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I only had him for 10 years.
Okay.
Passed away at 39.
Wow. Okay.
Which that was rough too, of pancreatic cancer. But he taught me everything he knew, and never, not once, did he ever mention how poor of a person I was the way that I talked to him. But I did everything he said. He gave me that knowledge free. And I swore I would never, ever stop giving that knowledge to other people. It makes them go on, as I said earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
So that was your coach. Okay, that's
yeah.
fantastic.
He was the person who altered the course of my life. Think about this.
Yep.
How many people do you know that are not family that have altered the course of your life?
Absolutely.
Very many people can never say anybody.
Absolutely.
And he altered the course of my life. I would have never met my wife because of powerlifting, because I had confidence.
Yep.
The world is small. You know why? She taught him. I mean, he taught her in high school.
Okay.
Well, I was a patrol deputy back then. There was a car on the side of the road that ran out of gas. I stopped, helped them out, took them to go get gas. My wife was in that car. I didn't know her.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
the world revolved around everything.
Yeah.
But the start of everything was because of powerlifting.
Because of the powerlifting. Mike, you need to write a book, please.
Oh, thank you. I feel very, very blessed.
Sure.
And I'm thankful to God that my family is still alive. Nobody, died in that accident. We all have permanent injuries.
Yep.
But my wife was the rock star. And please let me tell you this.
Please.
When the car was about to hit her, she saw our little daughter, she was 9 at the time, put her arm out to brace for the fall. She knew it was going to shatter everything.
Yes.
She let go of the handlebars as the bike was going down, picked her up off the back of the bike, and held her face to face when they went down. So when they hit down, my wife herniated 23 of the vertebrae in her neck and her back, broke her left elbow, and broke her knee in 2 places. Once they stopped, she actually ran to me, and every step she took, her knee smashed the ground. You could see her kneecap, but she didn't care. She saved our youngest daughter's life by doing that. She's the rock star in this whole thing. And here she is helping me, putting on my equipment. She's my coach at home, and she's brutal. All the guys are like, oh, that looked great. And she's like, that looked horrible.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you? I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm like a golfer. I didn't mean to shake it into the woods.
Yeah,
it just happened.
So I was very fortunate that I got to meet her
Yes.
on the bus on the way down
Yes.
from Cascades. And she said with tremendous pride, my husband's lifting today. So I heard that. I thought, okay, well, we have to get him on the show. And I'm very grateful that it's you. Because I could see the care and concern. I thought this is someone who's really connected to the sport.
Absolutely, I love it. It's been so rewarding for me. Even my failures, such as today, I bring a lot of stuff out of it. And the most important thing is just the camaraderie.
Yep.
That
How
is what's
have you
amazing.
found the camaraderie at this comp and the venue? It's kind of cool.
Everything. I would love to come back here and compete again.
Yeah,
This has been fantastic. What a
Yep.
beautiful resort. Everything about it is fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely love
it's
it.
absolutely awesome. Mike, it has been a pleasure and an honor to have you on the podcast to chat to you. And one of the things that I'd like to do is to stay in touch. We can chat
Absolutely.
in a couple of months
Absolutely.
and just sort of grow the story.
Absolutely.
So-
It's fantastic. I'd
No,
love
absolute-
to. I'm honored
absolutely.
that you asked me.
Thank you. It means the world to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, geez.